26th of March. If you're a lover of Washington wine, and who isn't in this room, I love it too. I don't drink it, but I love it when my wife does. This weekend is like your Super Bowl. Taste Washington is happening. It's going to start this year with a special Magnum tasting on Thursday evening. Joining us this morning with wine and more. More information about this weekend's events, winemaker Jarrod Boyle and his wife Ali from Alexandra Nicole Cellars, one of the more than 225 wineries that will be pouring at this year's taste. Jarrod and Ali Boyle, welcome. Hi. How's it going?
Thanks for having me.
Hold on, let me get your microphone up. All right.
Thanks for having us.
I should have to take a sobriety test the way I'm running this board. Hi, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
All right, great. There are 225 wineries?
Actually, there's about 800 wineries in Washington.
Just 225 that are participating in Taste Washington.
No kidding. Wow. That's now, how did we, obviously we're not Napa Valley, but how do we compare in terms of size in the country? How big is Washington State?
We're actually the second largest producer behind California.
No kidding.
Yeah, but I'm not sure exactly as far as wineries per
No, in terms of
capita,
number, yeah. But this is a beautiful area for wine. What makes it great? Is it the grape you choose? Is it the climate? Or is it the skill of the winemaker after the fact?
No, I think it takes all three of those. But I think from my perspective, the most important is the region and the growing, and what Washington State can provide as far as the climate and the terroirs and stuff that we can grow the fruit in. You can't make good wine or great wine with bad fruit.
Right. Now, people make microbrews. People make beer at home and stuff. But you can't really make wine without a major commitment, right?
No, actually, there's quite a bit
Can
of.
you? You can make your own wine?
Yeah,
Someone told me that beekeeper could make a wine, a blueberry bush guy could make wine out of their own blueberries. Could I make my own blueberry wine?
You sure can. Just
How
fermentation.
how many blueberries do I need, and do my feet get all blue?
Actually, your feet. Well, you might have to wash your feet prior to it, but I think it takes like 6 blueberries.
Right away. It's too much work for me.
And you'll be for sale on the sidewalk outside of the Taste of Washington, not inside.
And what will people learn this weekend? In addition to tasting many fine wines, what will they learn?
I think it's a good question. I think that hopefully all the wineries there will provide various information about what they're doing, what grape growing regions they're in, and then have an opportunity to taste different varietals. There's several different varietals that Washington State is producing, from Cabernet and Merlot being the largest, Chardonnay and Riesling in regards to the whites, and there's a lot of esoteric varietals too, with Tempranillo, Malbec.
And the commission does a
Verdot.
great job of pairing, like they have an oyster shucking station with Albarinos and all sorts. So they do a nice job of helping people understand food and wine pairing, which is
Food and wine pairings. Like, for example, what like oyster? My wife, you just mentioned two things. My wife just totally loves oysters and Merlot. Do they go together?
Probably not as well as
don't.
Albarino, but they. It depends.
Well, she loves those things. I've never seen her eat them together, but I just know that she loves those things. So if I'm, if let's say I want to be a good husband, and the good husband knows how to shuck the oysters,
true.
which is not easy, but if you have the proper tool, it's doable.
It's dangerous.
You've seen me operate
You need
this
a big
mixing
glove.
console. Yeah.
You destroy the oyster if you don't know how to shuck it right.
If you don't know how to shuck it right, yeah.
destroy it.
What wine? When I want to act smart in front of my wife the next time I shuck oysters, what wine do I give her from Washington State? Name me a great choice.
I would choose Albarino or Pinot
Sauvignon
Gris, Sauv Blanc,
Okay.
a white with good acid.
Okay, she likes the Pinot Gris, so that must be the oyster one. And by the way, who decides this stuff?
The wife.
The wife.
Smartest
Thank you
guy.
very much.
Look at that.
Eric Corman, go ahead.
Yeah, Ali, I've got a question for you. Jarrod was telling me when I did a wine piece with him last week about how he had this grand vision when he stumbled across this patch of dirt in eastern Washington that he thought would make a great winery. And here you are, his wife. He was starting this brand new business. What was that like for you when he came to you with this huge idea?
Well, it was very exciting, of course. I was about 8 months pregnant with our third child, and I thought that sounded like a dandy idea. No, it was a very exciting time. I didn't know at all what we were in for, but I think that he fell in love with a barren hillside and decided he wanted to.
Okay, now the truth is coming out. As she
Exactly.
says, a barren hillside.
Yeah.
So you were like a little bit leery.
I was a little leery.
Did
It was
you
about
think
45.
maybe it was a pipe dream?
I knew the industry was taking off. I just thought it seemed like a big endeavor.
A big endeavor. By the way, the pipe dream would be what's happening with the legalization of
True.
marijuana.
Yeah.
Barrel.
People are
I saw a
seeing.
barren patch of
Yeah,
land.
Many
the
people have
same
a pipe
thing is
dream.
happening.
Yeah, the
It
same
is.
thing is happening.
Yeah.
So, what were the obstacles you had to overcome?
I think the largest obstacle initially was just financially. And then there was a lot, of course, it takes a long time for grapes to produce. So you're waiting,
Tell me about that, because I actually 2 years ago, I bought some grape. They were outside the drugstore. They had these little grapes, and I don't know what kind they were,
like
but
plants, you're saying?
they're plants,
Okay.
yeah. And I stuck them in the ground, and they said it's going to be years, and you have to trim them a little bit each year. You have to care for them. I'm like, years before I get any grapes? Is that right?
Yeah, and actually, generally, it's 3 years is kind of the rule of thumb. But some people are being able to produce it within 2 years, but 3 years.
Okay,
generally.
this is the third summer, but I totally forgot to prune them.
You'll probably still get some fruit. You
I'll
might be
get
a little
something.
overcropped.
I heard you can totally butcher it and still get something.
Actually, that's what produces high quality grapes. Is in the pruning and pretty intense pruning. You
Yeah.
just do 2 spurs and
2 spurs is what I
spurs.
want, and then all the energy goes to the grape.
exact correct.
So you planted how many acres?
Started in 98 and
Yeah, the first planting was a large planting. It was 200 acres, and that was we had no we weren't going.
You didn't
to,
do all that yourself, right?
Oh no,
no.
I helped.
Yeah,
Ali did most of
That
the
new
digging.
baby strapped to your
And the
back.
kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does a man proud.
yeah,
I
you
have
gotta
pictures.
labor.
Did you get out there though and get your own hands dirty too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Do you love the dirt?
I'm a dirt farmer.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing that you can put something in the dirt and you nurture it and come up with something amazing?
I think that's the kind of the American dream is you can go all the way from the dirt to the bottle and to be sitting in here with you guys, and it's been a great dream and a great passion.
How about the business side of it though?
I-
When you first start a winery,
The winery is different than the vineyard.
a vineyard, excuse me. When you first make wine, or when you even sell the grapes, or whatever point of the process you are in, you need people to believe in you and take you seriously, right? And how do you convince them?
That's marketing is a huge part of this whole industry, and you have to have great partnerships with the Washington Wine Commission, with the restaurants, with the hotels, and have them believe in the whole industry as a whole. And then just get it. You have to produce dynamite fruit, and then
Right.
get out and.
And do you walk around your own field like Alexa Hente and go, "Phew, I don't like this grape. This is a fantastic grape."
Yes.
Yes.
They say the best thing that a farmer can put on his crop is his shadow. So it takes.
Wow, I like that. That's
Yeah, that's
fantastic.
good for anything.
That makes me feel like your Green Acres dream is coming true. All right. This weekend, tell me a little bit more about Taste Washington and how people can be involved.
People can show up Saturday or Sunday. There's a trade component of the event, which starts a little bit earlier, and then folks will be able to enjoy 3 or 4 wines from 225 different wineries. We'll be pouring our Quarry Butte, which is a red blend, and it's a Bordeaux blend with a little bit of Syrah in there, and then Jet Black and our Viognier, award-winning. That'd be another good one for your wife with the oysters.
Oh, man.
And the winery is named after you. I mean, that's
I know,
that,
so sweet.
That's
that
how
is-
he got her to buy a
Yeah.
bunch of dirt.
Yeah,
8 months pregnant.
That is
I gotta
amazing.
get her to buy a farm. How do I do this?
Because I mean, you're very attractive. I mean, I don't want to get in any
No,
trouble
she-
here.
Look, you
but
can't even look
when-
at her. You're an attractive
well,
woman.
when I think of guys that
gonna
put
turn
their,
to
like,
stone?
Ernst and Julio Gallo, old guys.
You don't think
I mean,
Mrs. Gallo was all that hot?
I
Is that
don't
what you're
think.
saying?
I don't think people who have named,
Yeah.
Jim Beam was not an attractive man. I mean, when you name Alexandra Nicole wine, is what it's going to be for.
Hold on, play the tap dancing music.
I mean,
again.
Seriously.
we're talking for generations to come that she's going to have. There's going to be this product that's going to have her name on it. It's
You
pretty
know what's
cool.
the most exciting thing about Taste Washington is, in my personal opinion, is that even if you're the kind of person who fancies yourself, a wine expert because you can go into any store and like 2 or 3 bottles that you like or whatever. This isn't for people who are wine snobs. This is for people who are enthusiastic. And you get to learn about like Chelan wineries and Walla Walla wineries and local wineries, and you just try lots of different ones. So the next time you see it, you'll recognize the label. I mean, this is for everybody from wine tasting 101 all the way up to like professional level.
I totally agree.
All right, thanks, guys, for coming in. Jarrod and Ali Boyle. Alexandria Nicole Sellers, Allie Sellers, if you want to just call it that. And Taste Washington this weekend, 9:50. Time for Rock Genius. You do not have to be a rocket scientist to be.